Here's how to take your SEO link building strategy to a whole new level with ChatGPT. And this is basically link building 2.0 because there's so much you can do with this. It's actually crazy. So here's how to use ChatGPT to attract backlinks naturally, effortlessly, how to increase the conversion rates of your link building campaigns, and basically how to use authority and backlinks to actually rank your site. And here's the power of this. Everyone can create content at scale now. It's easy. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Jasper. Everyone has access to the same tools, same prompts, same scripts. But what makes all the difference is not your content, but your website's authority. So how do you build that? With backlinks. And it's one of the few signals to Google that your content is credible. And if you check basically any competitive keyword, you'll see that it's usually the website with the most backlinks that wins. Let me give you an example. If we check out Ahrefs, we'll check a really competitive super hard keyword like content marketing. If we scroll down to the first page, we can see that the top ranking websites all have backlinks. They all have domain authority. They all have super high domain rating. And if we then go down the page and we scroll down to say what's ranking number 95 for content marketing, we can see that this page has, even though it has domain rating, there's no backlinks pointing into the page. And that's really the biggest differentiator, especially if you're using AI content to scale your campaign. So this is why link building is so important for your website right now. So let's just jump straight into how to use these link building strategies. We're going to use the techniques that I used to build thousands of backlinks with cold email, but we're going to take it one whole step further because it's way more scalable and way more easy to personalize and do everything else with link building nowadays. So, for example, if we scroll down, and here's some of the results that were achieved for this campaign. If we scroll down, we can see some of the cold email campaigns that actually work for me really well, okay? Now, what you can do is actually create a 10 times better version of this. And normally this would cost you quite a lot to get a copywriter to do it who actually knows what they're doing, and then to get it right, it would take a long time, right? Even just to create the subject line and get something decent, previously would have taken ages. But now, if you use GPT-4, you can rewrite a better version of all the outreach emails that are working for you and personalize it to your niche. So for example, if we take this email template and we'll say, create a unique email template based on the template below, but make it an outreach template for the marketing industry instead. Copy that, paste it in. What it's going to do is still take the placeholders that you can use to send thousands of emails, but then it's going to copy and personalize this email template to your industry, right? So if you're in the marketing industry, you can say, here's my company, we do all this, and you can see previously this was a spiritual related email, so it's about Zen teachers, but that's replaced it with marketing mentor. And that's basically it. And you can personalize this for any industry. You can say, do one for the cryptocurrency industry. And you can put in your company name and all that sort of stuff, but basically it takes the same elements and fundamentals that worked really well for the original email template and then customizes it to your industry. It literally takes 2 minutes. And rather than using all your brain power and all your copywriting skills, you can take what works and then generate it over and over again. You could take it even one step further and say, make it funnier, more interesting. And now all you need is a spreadsheet with the placeholders and everything you want to include, right? For example, like their URL, your name, their name, and just paste it into your favorite outreach tool. Could be Hunter, could be Lemlist, whatever you want to use. And all of a sudden, you've got an instantly scalable way of doing this for every single industry. If you're a link building agency, that's probably what you do, right? And then for your email outreach campaign, you could say create 2 follow-up emails to chase up the last request. Now it's going to create the follow-up campaigns because we all know that most of the backlinks that you get from outreach usually come from 1 or 2 or 3 follow-ups. So now you can plug in, you don't really need much creativity, and you can just scale this like a madman. Nice thing is as well that the subject line actually continues. And there we go, good to go. Now, let's take your outreach one step further, and let's say you're trying to do outreach personalized to the person you're reaching out to, and you want to create something unique and special, and you're going to do all of this manually. Maybe you're using the sniper link building technique, and you just want to go after specific influencers that you want to try building relationships with, building backlinks from, maybe getting them to try your website or your blog or whatever. You can actually scrape the person's social media account like this. I actually don't use Twitter that much, but you can see here, we're going to take all the content here, scraped from my Twitter account, so it's got all my tweets and all the content I've posted previously. And then based on that information, we can create a personalized outreach email. So let's create a personalized outreach email based on my Twitter feed. And you could do this for any sort of SEO outreach you're doing for link building. And we'll say create a personalized outreach email to Julian Goldie and persuade him to add a link to my website from his. We'll use ChatGPT 4 here because it's a bit smarter. And you can see that the content being produced is really personalized. So it mentions my Twitter profile, mentions my YouTube channel, mentions my recent videos that I shared on my Twitter profile. And then you can fill in the gaps here. And it's created the reciprocity email template like this. But it's a little bit wordy, right? So we're going to say make it shorter, more concise, with no BS, and keep it personalized. And there we go. A better version versus before, and we've got the outreach email ready to go. But because it's so personalized, you might want to send it through social media instead. Because the chances of them seeing your social media profile, seeing your message, it's all going to tie in nicely, and it's also going to build more trust because they'll see previous stuff you've posted, they'll see you're a real human, not just a spammer on email. So you can say create a Facebook DM that's shorter, funnier, and feels human. You've got your social media outreach message that you can just send out to influencers on social media. And you can see it mentions my YouTube, my Twitter is very personalized, mentions the type of content that I post. It's quite complimentary. And it's very conversational in a way that if you were an outreach email copywriter, to be this creative time and time again would be quite challenging, right? Whereas you can do it for free on ChatGPT and it's nice and easy. Got some nice emojis in there. It's got the call to action. It's not high pressure. And also it's focused on reciprocity. So this has all the hallmarks of a good outreach message. You could probably tweak it a bit and make it even better, but you can see how powerful this is for scaling up and doing personalized link building outreach to other people on social media. And the main thing is getting more backlinks. And the better your outreach is, the higher your conversion rates, and the more likely you are to get backlinks to your site. Now, I wouldn't do that for every single site, but if I was going after an authoritative, say like a DR70 or above, then I could reach out to people using this method and get a way higher response rate. And then you just have to figure out who you're going to reach out to. Maybe it's editors, SEO managers, websites. Just scale up from there. You could even get an army of VAs to do it all for you. Next up, let's talk about how you can scale link building and increase your conversion rates using AI and ChatGPT for building backlinks on helperreporter.com. Now, helperreporter.com just connects you with tons of journalists looking to feature websites like you to build backlinks. And you can reach out to them and ask for a backlink. But the problem is, there's about 1,000 link builders all doing the same thing. All these agencies are using the same techniques and the same templates and that sort of thing. And therefore, it's super competitive and you need a way to stand out. Now, an amazing post that I saw in the SEO Signals Lab, this is an amazing Facebook group. There's an awesome post on how Jesse Newbert created a strategy that increased HARO placements by 37%. Insane. And basically what you do is you set up a section on your website called like expert panel or advisory board or something like that. And then you create this whole section on your website that has a list of profile pages of experts. And each profile is like a resume explaining why that person is an expert. Now, if you use ChatGPT to create that content, then very quickly you could build that section of your website, use it for HARO, and potentially increase your media placements by 37%. So that's one strategy you can use. You can basically use AI to quickly create the content for your expert panel, put that on your site, and then when journalists see you, and if you hire a bunch of experts, you can use Reddit, Facebook groups, etc., then you can easily put that on your site. Now, not only can you use ChatGPT for that, but one of the biggest challenges for doing this method is getting quotes, responses back fast enough. Now, what you could potentially do is use ChatGPT to respond to HARO queries with these experts and create a whole bunch of templates and personalized outreach, HARO responses using ChatGPT. And there you go, problem solved. So let's go through an old set of emails from HARO, and I can give you an example of how to reply to them, right? So let's say you've hired a dermatologist expert to reply to this roundup. You can paste that into ChatGPT like this, and the prompt could be just freestyling here, something like, right, pretend I'm a dermatologist, veteran with 30 years of experience, reply to the HARO response below, And then to reply to this, let's say you're a dermatology website and you've already hired an expert with 30 years of experience. You can say, reply to the HARO response and include anecdotes, humor, personalized stories, and let's see what it does. All right, so it's still typing out the response, still generating it. But if we look at the original response, it's giving us some numbers in order to reply to things. It's about nose hair trimmers. So let's take a look at what ChatGPT has generated based on the prompt. So as you can see, ChatGPT has said, hey, as a seasoned dermatologist with 30 years under my belt, so it's personalized it there and given the authority statement. This is a little bit weird, but you can easily edit it out. And there you go, it's answered every single question on the list, numbered it, formatted it nicely. And the beauty of this is a journalist could just see this pitch and be like, I'm going to copy and paste that straight into my article and it's good to go. And that's what would work really nicely on HARO. And then you just include your website links below. They're going to link out to you. And there you go. And you can personalize this with the doctor's name as well. I also like the fact that it's included some emojis, plus it's nice and easy to read, short sentences, that sort of thing. Honestly, as someone who's posted on helperreporter.com as a journalist before to collect responses, I can say this is way better than most of the responses a journalist would normally receive. There's two caveats that I can think of with this, however, is first of all, you've got to make sure ethically that you are an expert or you've hired an expert to write a post like this. Number two, make sure you manually edit this stuff because some of it might come out a bit weird, like that one sentence, but these are like the tiny 1% tweaks. And then finally, this is very scalable. However, you don't want to be sending like 100 HARO responses at once on HARO because that's going to look very dodgy to the system and potentially you could get your account banned if HARO sees that you're sending 100 responses in 5 minutes. So I would cherry pick the opportunities that are right to your website and not try and scale this like crazy. Next up, let's talk about how you can negotiate and sell backlinks on your own website. So I know a lot of website owners make money through this. I don't recommend it personally, selling backlinks on your website, unless you don't really care about what happens to your site's traffic, but I know there's a lot of you that do, so let's talk about that. And here's an example of an outreach email I received where someone asked to build a free backlink on my website. So they're clearly stating that they don't want to pay anything for the backlink. Fair enough. But there's probably some wiggle room there, and potentially even if they don't buy from me this time, they can put me on their list to buy from me next time. So we can use a prompt like this that says, reply to this email and persuade Brett to buy a backlink from me. Mention that it takes me time to add the link, that I'm very busy, and also the benefits of buying a backlink from me. We'll hit reply like that. And now we have an email that's written to persuade Brett, and you could easily paste this or use this as a template, save it as a canned response so you can use it in the future. And it basically explains that, yes, thank you for reaching out to me. However, I do sell backlinks and I'm also busy and this is my time. So if you want a backlink, you're going to have to pay me. It explains the benefits of this, right? So by purchasing a backlink from me, you can save time and receive the added benefit of a high quality backlink from a reputable source, aka your website. This can help to increase your website's visibility, drive traffic, and improve your search engine rankings. Basically, Brett, buy a backlink from me. You're going to benefit from it, and here's how. And very quickly, you can create a whole Swiss Army knife of email templates that you can reply to people when they ask for a free backlink or when they ask to negotiate a rate of a backlink down. You could use this for outreach yourself to get people to reduce their rates for backlinks, and there are just many use cases for this. All of it automated with ChatGPT. Next up, let's talk about creating linkable assets using the skyscraper technique and AI. If we scroll down my site, you can see we're getting lots of backlinks in naturally, for example, like this one here. And this is an article that we've created partially with AI content. It's a big list of content. See here, we're scrolling down. It was added naturally on the 11th of April, this backlink. We didn't do any link building outreach for it. And you can see it's decent DR. Plus the traffic from this page is actually decent, so it's not a bad link at all. Now, if we scroll down, all of this content was created with AI. And basically the strategy is to create AI content, long lists like this, that people would be likely to link to as a reference, that's the most comprehensive possible article it can be, and basically use AI to scale up your linkable assets and the content that can attract backlinks on your website, and reverse engineer where your competitors are getting backlinks using the Content Explorer. So we can see on Ahrefs what content is getting the most backlinks, right? And then we can reverse engineer the best topics to create content around. And then by doing that, we know where our competitors are getting backlinks from. We can either reach out to them, or we can just create content around trending topics and hope people naturally find our content for SEO and then link to us naturally, just like this. So there's two ways it can go. So let's start from scratch. So we can look for listicle related articles by putting in the keyword most, and then we can put in our niche keyword here. So for example, birds, but you can replace that with whatever industry you're in. And now we can see the trending content that's attracting a lot of backlinks. You can even sort by referring domains as well, see what's getting the most backlinks, but we'll go back a sec and focus on the most relevant ones. And you can see here, this page has 49 referring domains, this has 210 referring domains, and if we click on that, we can see which domains we could reach out to with a piece of content created by AI and do the link building outreach. And with the outreach email itself, you could actually create that on ChatGPT. So what we can do is we can take the email template that works really well. We know the foundations are right. We know this email converts. Then we can paste that into ChatGPT like this. We can use a prompt, create another version of the email template below, personalize it to my niche, this one. In this example, we're using birds, and then promote my article. And we can use the article link like that. And here we've got a personalized email based on what's already working, promoting my linkable asset, and it's not bad at all. It's already taken the article topic from the URL, explains the benefits, and the benefits are personalized to the actual article you're promoting. And it also comes with some reciprocity in terms of if you share the article, let me know, and I'll be happy to promote any of your niche related bird. So now with AI, we can create the content very quickly. We can scale up the outreach, we can do things 10 times quicker than before, and we can create all the outreach templates using ChatGPT, but actually making them better than most copywriters would normally do. Because it's way more personalized, it's way more creative, we can train ChatGPT on previous outreach emails and use that to write our next ones. And all of a sudden, a link building campaign that might have taken you 30 hours now only takes 1 to 2 hours maximum. Now, another way to create link bait, I haven't really tested this out myself because I'm not that technical, but you can see on Income Stream Surfers, amazing channel by the way, he actually creates tools through ChatGPT, pastes them into his website, and then creates a linkable asset that people would link to naturally on his site like this. So you put your idea into ChatGPT, you get the code, paste that to your site, and now you've got a linkable asset that looks pretty nice. And previously you would have to hire like a JavaScript developer to do that for you. So that's pretty much it. You now know how to build a whole link building campaign, create linkable assets, do outreach with HARO, and improve your conversion rates by 37%. You know how to scrape social media profiles to create personalized outreach emails. And there are an endless number of things you could do with this. In fact, if you want more link building SEO strategy videos like this, let me know in the comments, and I'm sure I can come up with a million other ideas. And if you want a free ChatGPT SEO course, make sure you get that below. I've also got a free book on my website, juliangoldie.com, free link building book there, Link Building Mastery. And this basically gives you all the scripts, templates, proven strategies, and ways to build a million links to your website. Because let's be honest, content is a commodity now. And you can create as much content as you want, but the real differentiating factor to Google is your authority. And the fastest way to increase your website's authority with SEO is to do link building. So thanks for watching.